Welcome to this fifth and final video in the series on bounty hunting within Elite Dangerous. In this video I'll be looking at the Fer-de-Lance, which is widely considered to be the king of bounty hunting ships within the game. When I first started playing Elite Dangerous, I rushed to buy this ship and was sorely disappointed in it, but in the 1.5 update very recently, the ship has had a buff so that its agility has been improved, and the power plant has been improved as well, and these changes are fantastic. If you played the Fer-de-Lance and like me were disappointed with it, I would highly recommend you give it another shot. It really is a wonderful ship now. So let's take a brief look at loadout. If you are at the stage where you can afford a Fer-de-Lance, you'll have your own opinions on how to equip your ship, different playstyles, etc. I've decided to focus on A-class equipment wherever I can, and again this is an issue of price. The main drawback of the Fer-de-Lance, and in fact its only drawback in my opinion, is that its frame shift drive. Even if you put an A4 on there, you're only going to get 12, maybe 15 light years out of it. I wouldn't usually upgrade the life support on a ship, but in this particular case I find that, as with the Anaconda, it has a weak power plant. The Fer-de-Lance seems to take damage to its canopy over and above anything else when things start to get hairy in a fight. So in this case I've increased the life support, and this isn't really an issue because with the A6 power plant you have plenty of available power. As I've said before, it's important to go for the best power plant, power distributor and shield generator that you can find. The Fer-de-Lance has a very large A5 shield generator, which is great in combat. Again, hull reinforcement packages are important now because they protect the subcomponents on your ship, and if you're running in hazardous res sites, for example, you will probably want a shield cell bank to increase your survivability and lower shield downtime. Because of its poor jump range, I find that a fuel scoop is a very useful addition. In terms of weaponry, I've gone for the plasma accelerator on the huge hardpoint and 4 pulse lasers. Although I like the multi-cannons and cannons, I find that for extended visits to resource extraction sites, the pulse lasers can't be beaten really, because you haven't got to worry about ammunition. And although the plasma accelerator has limited ammunition capacity, it tends to be more than enough for a good hour or so in a res site. So the plasma accelerator I find is a difficult weapon to get to grips with initially, but once you have become accustomed to the fixed position under the belly of the ship, you'll be able to devastate targets with it fairly quickly. In the previous episode I mentioned resource extraction sites and how they really are a bounty hunter's playground. There are 4 different types: low, medium, high and hazardous, and they progress in difficulty as you go up. Hazardous has no system authority vessels at all. The other 3 you can expect help from whatever local authorities are present. In low res sites you can expect to see NPC pilots with an elite rating of perhaps novice or mostly harmless. They are of a lower grade, so even though you may see an Anaconda, he'll be a novice Anaconda. And ships are generated randomly as you drop into a res site, so you may get a spawn which consists of small light fighters, eagles, sidewinders, etc. Or you may find yourself seeing pythons and anacondas repeatedly, and you can in fact change the spawn simply by logging out and logging back in again. It will reset the spawn, and again you may see more eagles and Vipers and so on, and if you keep doing it you'll eventually get the bigger ships. As you can see here, I've got Eagles by the looks of it. 4 pips into weapons, and the 4 pulse lasers absolutely destroy him within seconds.
Target destroyed.
So finding a resource site in the first place can require a little bit of hunting. In your galaxy map, when you go into the system view of a particular sector, you may find planets with an asteroid belt around them, and these are prime locations for res sites. It's important to note, however, that not all planets with an asteroid belt will have a res site, so you may have to hunt around for a while before you find them. Here you can see the plasma accelerator in action. This poor Python's having a bad day. 20% hull left. One shot from the plasma accelerator and he's gone.
Target destroyed.
Occasionally you'll jump into a system and you'll see that the navigation beacon has been compromised, and this is usually by pirates or smugglers. And this is a great area for a bounty hunter. The list of targets, I jumped into one last night, was huge, and they're very good bounties. Often you'll find dangerous and elite opponents, as is the case with this Federal assault ship, twisting and turning. 2 shots from the plasma accelerator took down his shields, but it was very manoeuvrable. These can be quite challenging fights, but as you can see, I've got his power plant targeted, so he's dead in the water very quickly. And finish him off with the plasma accelerator. I hope these videos have been helpful. Happy bounty hunting.